In Pompeii, you do not focus on differentiating one building from another, or on interpreting what each vessel or each painting represented. In Pompeii, you focus on the feeling that the city leaves you with. The ancient Roman city was on the shores of the Gulf of Naples, and is world famous for its destruction in the year 79 after Christ due to the eruption of the Vesuvius volcano. It impresses you to think how this place is a testimony of what nature can do against a civilization. It is believed that it was founded by Greek colonists and built by the Oscans. It is said that the Etruscans took possession of it afterwards, and later it was conquered by the Samnites. What is certain is that it became an ally of Rome during the 3rd century before Christ. Earthquakes were always a part of the life in Pompeii. During the year 62, there was a great earthquake that destroyed the water distribution system and several buildings. Although robberies were attempted in the remains of the city more than one occasion, the sediments that covered the place reduced the looting and allowed the city to be preserved until its discovery in 1592 during the construction of the Sarno Canal. Many believe that the eruption came as a surprise. You also believed it, but apparently it was not. Of the more than 10,000 inhabitants that the city had, only 2,000 corpses have been found, and many destroyed buildings were found empty, possibly due to the previous natural disasters, including the 62 earthquake. The inhabitants took precautions, leaving the city, taking their valuables and burying others to recover later. Walking around the city, you can only imagine what life was like. The city was located in an area where vacation villas abounded, and many services were offered. There was a market, mill, taverns, restaurants, and an amphitheater. In its small port, agricultural surpluses were loaded and shipped to Rome and other large cities. and its wines were especially appreciated. The interior of the houses, the open spaces, the fountains, the meeting places, the columns left by the civilization. You are there as a spectator of lives that once were. That is what the archaeological zones are, a demonstration to show what was and perhaps to remind us that, just like them, we too can become remnants of a glorious past that no longer exists. To explore every corner, looking over the houses, the shops, the paintings, the bodies. Pompeii's state of preservation is amazing. Its murals and mosaics are incredible. What amazes you the most is how similar, in essence, its life must have been compared to ours. Sure, there were no cars or cell phones or Netflix, but there were forms of transportation, communication, and entertainment. There were things they hated and things they loved. They worked, they had fun, they had traditions and rituals. There were gigantic infrastructure projects and things of daily use. And of course, they had a place for their dead. And many of them died without warning. You go through some of the residences for the last time before sunset, and you can only think about the possibility that, in the future, our cities will become archaeological zones precisely because of natural disasters.